Oh, by the way, happy 2-year anniversary.
Thank you. Happy anniversary.
2 years ago today,
on this day,
Paula touched my beard in the backseat of a car, and my life is forever changed.
And it was that simple.
But like you touched the beard, there was some kind of reaction, electricity, it felt to us.
Like an activation.
An activation, a code passing from one biological spacesuit to the other. And then everything unlocked.
Yes.
So, all right, so I'm living 40 years thinking, man, I'm just never going to get this right. Ever. Like, I'm empty on the inside, but I'm doing all kinds of good things. Where's my... And I'm not giving garbage to any of my exes because I was a handful. But I would say, where is it? And it's almost like we're all searching for that, because then once you have it, everything changes then.
Right.
You're not so willing to share yourself anymore. Like, you're not willing to take that other journey anymore. Like, more women, more crazy, more like you turn from having to be out and about constantly searching and worried and you got 50,000 other things on your plate.
Right.
You know, that you're like, when does the relationship go right? When does this go right? When does this happen? When does this go on? And it's a code we run when we find the right one. We pass it to one another and we unlock each other. See, and this is the thing. We're in these biological suits that are causing separation. It actually makes you think, your program makes you think you're actually separate from everything else.
Separate and apart from everything else.
See, one thing is, you are an individual. Yes, you are. But you're also part of the collective whole
and you
of the light. Be. And you always will be. There's nothing you can do to not be. Right? But that's great. If that's the weapon they're using against us, I just told you what weapon it is. Start developing a way to negate the weapon. What would you do to negate that weapon?
Love, 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 love.
So much love, love, love. Right? I mean, that sounds weird, right? It's not. Be the observer. Be that person that just goes.
Keep your mouth shut is what it means most of the time. Mind your business. And I don't mean look away and walk away and don't get involved. I just mean stay out of things that you really don't belong in. You know, if you know, sometimes people just want to tell you how they're feeling. They don't really want a solution for their problems. They just want someone to listen. So listen and don't try to solve other people's problems, because that's not how it's meant to be. People just really want other people to listen.
No, absolutely.
To what they're saying.
Check it out. You feel more separate than a part of the whole. Your program is running that. You change that. With what the program for me had to be changed by literally being around people, going through the ceremonies, and going through a new routine, right? So the program puts you through a routine, X, Y, and Z, and you're just going to feel separate all the time. I'm telling you, you're not separate. If you never had an ayahuasca experience or an LSD experience or a mushroom experience, and you don't know, but you're going to know the separation. You are all connected, though. If you want that, you have to run a new program. This is why they tell you to routine something.
Tell a new story.
Yeah. You know, I had to...
or stop telling the story that you've always told. Just don't tell any story. You know, let people know you from today, because it's always now. So stop telling a story from high school or when you were a kid or when you were the best at this or the best at that.
Become the best at something new.
Yeah, today. It's now. It's what's happening right now. It doesn't matter who you were or who you thought you were or who you think you're going to be in the future. It's who you are now, because it's always now.
It's now. Check this out. One of the weird things, the fascinations I have is the now moment, right? It's always now for everyone. So right now, my 7-year-old self is in the now.
And that's hard. It's really hard to understand.
Yes.
And it's hard to live in the now, because as we're doing these mundane things that we have to do now, we are thinking about where we want to be, or, you know, we're just thinking elsewhere, you know, and it's hard to live in the now.
This is why you have to ground. you're being blasted by incoming energies. Look, I wrote down, putting your nose down, mind your business, and do your creative stuff, and observe everyone else.
Where do you get all these sticky pads? Where do you get them?
My mother.
Okay.
She's like, here, you could use these, and she gives me 6 stacks. I go, that's enough for the office.
She was completely right.
But by doing this, you change the running program. You tell the universe, no, I'm ready. You know, a lot of my ceremonies will go in ready. Let's telepathy. And then they go, nah, you're not ready. Right. And then we show up on the second day. And on the second day, we're going, okay, well, I guess I got to get cleared out again and get kicked, you know, and be told like you did it wrong, and then get hugged and relearn it and all that. They just came right out and said, you ready to learn? You came back day 2. And I go, that was the trick. And they were like, you got to show commitment. Like, commitment's part of this. Commitment. Like, I'm not going to come here and like, I always tell them, thank you for taking this time. And they're like, well, we're not even in time. And I'm like, thank you for using whatever it is you're using to spend with me here and taking the opportunity to wake me up. And they're like, well, it's what we do. And your purpose is to wake up. So I'm like, yeah, but the more grateful I become, it's unlocking a new code. But more good things happen. Okay, wait. Let's talk about this now. We watched Lord of the Rings, the newer ones, right? With the dragon in it. It was the one right before the dragon was introduced. And they were running in the underground over the bridges. And there was like the crew of guys. There was Gandalf, and there was what are those, the small guys, the dwarfs, right? They had the dwarf king with them, and then there was the hobbit. And they're all running, and they're being attacked by the goblins. And I'm like, this is what they just showed me the other time under Aya. Stay on the path, right? And we will take care and help you with these obstacles. And what happened? They just ran and started swinging, and all they did was look to their left, right, up or down, and then just moved
and removed the obstacles.
They just jumped a little. It looked like Donkey Kong, just a leap. And I go, look, if they step out of line or stop moving, they become meat for the beast. But if you just keep moving and stay on your path and you just go for it, it was almost like synchronicity is lining up.
But that's what the universe does. It wants to help you. You're your own, you're your worst enemy. You go through life, because this is what we've been programmed to do, moving around the obstacles instead of allowing the obstacle to move out of its way for you.
When you look at an obstacle and you go, it's an obstacle, it gets bigger. And then you go, oh, this looks hard. Oh, it's bigger. Like, look, man, life is hard. If you're listening to this show, it's even harder. Yeah. Because you're one of us. We're all connected, but the ones listening know there's more going on. It's more of a responsibility. Damn, how do you add more responsibility to everything else? Well, the universe will give you.
The universe gives you what you need. Just be open to receive it.